What's up, everybody? This is the Big Dawg. Thank you for tuning in to the Out of Boundz Sports show. It's a Friday night edition. We got a lot of things going on tonight that we want to talk to you guys about as far as sports-wise. First of all, let me say thank you guys for joining in. If you can hear me good on our last show, they said that it was a little bit of noise you really couldn't hear. So if you can hear me on the show, give me a thumbs up, put a like on there, leave me a comment. I'm going to be bringing in my co-host. Hey, sweetheart, thank you for joining in, being one of our brand new guys to get on in there on the show. So we got an exciting show for you guys tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about all of the sports that's going on in the area. Z Green, what's up, baby? Thank you for joining in. We're going to talk a little bit about the sports that's going on in the area, high school sports. We're going to talk about professional sports. We're going to talk about the AFC and the NFC championship this weekend. It's going to be some exciting games. We're also trying to make sure that we give all of the parents an opportunity to advertise with us on our website and advertise with us on the show. Okay, we want to thank everybody that's been supporting us. We're up and growing. This is a grassroots show started by me, myself, and my co-host, Dino Wright. So we thank you guys for any type of support, for you guys joining in with us. We're going to be here for about 30 minutes today. We're just doing the promo. I'm waiting for my co-host to get on. Vaz, thank you for joining in to the Out of Boundz Sports show. This is the Big Dawg, J. Horn. I'm going to be your host. Mac, what's up, baby? Thank you for joining in. People that's in Tyler, get ready. The Sigmas are having a party down in Tyler this weekend, so you guys get ready for that. Mac is throwing that party, and they're going to have a barbecue. It's going to be live. They're going to have drinks and everything going on. So we're still waiting for my co-host to join in. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about the NFL. Okay. First of all, I'm an NFL watcher. Well, I'm a sports all around the board. So the first thing I want to say is congratulations to all the NFL teams that made it to the championship round. What's up, Lil Z? Thank you for joining in under your dad's profile. All right. We want to give props to all of the teams that made it to the AFC Championship game. Bill, thank you for joining in. Uncle Tony, what's up, baby? Thank you for joining in. Thank everybody for their support. We will be broadcasting live as much as possible to make sure that everybody in our neighborhoods and our community are keeping up with the sports in the area, can be able to attend these events during the year, during the summer. We want to be able to support all of these organizations, all of our grassroots organizations. Cal, what's going on, baby? How you doing? All the way from the Chi-Town, moving around. Thank you for joining in to our show. Okay. Everybody knows in the news they've been talking about Tom Brady and his injured hand. Now, I'm kind of up and down about that, mainly because, the New England Patriots have a storied franchise. JoJo, what's up now? The New England Patriots have a storied franchise, and they're always about, winning games and playing with your head. They're talking about Deflategate. We're talking about the Tuck Rule. If you just look at the history of the New England Patriots, okay, The best thing, yeah, I agree with Vash. Vash, I agree with you 100%. I believe it's fake news. A lot of other people have said, hey, Tom Brady, is really hurt and it could be an issue. I was watching SportsCenter today and, Tom Brady came out after practice. Well, yesterday he didn't practice as well, but he came out of practice today and had 2 gloves on both hands. It's always some type of conspiracy. It's always something going on with the New England Patriots that keeps news rolling back and forth. It's kind of like the LeVar Ball issue. We haven't heard from LeVar Ball in a few weeks, and his boys is overseas. Vosh, excuse me. I had to correct that. Excuse me, everybody. One of my good partners that I play basketball with. I just call him VJ, and I always say, "What's up, baby?" So I said his name wrong. It's Vosh. It's spelled V-A-S-H. Vosh, we'll see you on Sunday in the 40 and over league over at the Bob Knight. Hustle over there, holler at us. We got a new squad that we done added some pieces to. So we coming for y'all, Z Green and Archie. We coming for y'all for the championship headache. So, anytime you want to get on and holler at me on the Out of Boundz Sports Show, we'll see you on Sunday. Don't even worry about it. Jabari, thank you for joining the broadcast. Everybody, remember, the Heads Up Foundation always have some good stuff going on. Stay tuned. That's one of our reporters, one of our affiliates. He's not a reporter for the Out of Boundz Sports Show, but he is an affiliate, and we do love his work. Check out Jabari Johnson, the sports influencer. He's all over the Metroplex, training guys, getting guys ready for the next level of college and pro. Okay. Zero, she made a great point. Missing practice is a red flag when you're talking about guys and injuries and coming up with the injury report. But hey, if you can throw the ball, you can throw the ball. Injuries are a part of the NFL. Remember that. A lot of guys that play football, like myself in high school or in college or made it to the pro level. I know I have plenty of friends that's playing professional football. They would tell you that you're always playing hurt. You're always playing with some type of ailment, whether it's a scratch or a bruise or ankle. Somebody rolled you up in practice, especially if you're playing on the offensive line or defensive line, you're in the trenches. So it's always going to be some type of injury. But the quarterback is a significant piece of the offense. And if you have to switch out quarterbacks or the quarterback can't play up to his full potential, that's going to be a really big issue for the New England Patriots offense. And they're playing the top defense in the NFL this week. And so, of course, the Jacksonville Jaguars, some people would say, hey, this team is, on a Cinderella mission. They're playing really well. I wouldn't say that. I would say that, the Jacksonville Jaguars are exactly where they're supposed to be. Blake Bortles, and a lot of people put it on Blake Bortles whether or not they're going to win this week or not. That's not going to be. If the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be all right if they just play how they usually play, okay? Just play your game. Go out there. Don't get mixed up in what everybody else is talking about as far as the New England Patriots and thinking that Tom Brady has a broken hand and all of those different things. Don't worry about that, because a football player understands the elements. And when you get out there, the adrenaline's flowing. You're not even thinking about that hand. You got guys like Pierre Paul, who almost doesn't even have a hand. And he's playing extremely well for the New York Giants on the defensive line. So we're going to go on to the next topic. I think Brady's going to be okay. I think it's going to be a great AFC game. The Jacksonville Jaguars are a 9-point underdog. So if I was a betting man, I would take the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think it's going to really be a good game. And in my opinion, Jacksonville has a shot to win it in New England. We're going to switch gears and head to the NFC Championship game. The NFC Championship game, congratulations to the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles, who will be playing in the NFC Championship game this weekend. Okay, so let me get this straight. I just want to be clear about it. I'm interacting with my fans and followers and listeners. Thank you for joining in to the Out of Boundz Sports Show. We'll be having my co-host on shortly, whenever we can get him connected. The NFC Championship game is it's a toss-up. I really can't say. I can say that the Minnesota Vikings have a top-ranked defense, and they play well all year. Their offense is somewhat, I would say, mediocre. And even though they played a really good game against the Saints last week and had a miracle catch at the end of the game to win the game to go, I don't know if they're going to be as effective against the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia. Okay, you have to remember that. Here we go again, talking about the elements. The elements of the game. You're talking about a dome team that is used to playing without the elements and being fairly successful, having to go on the road and play outside in extremely cold weather in Philadelphia in January to get to the Super Bowl. I don't know if they're going to be as effective as the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the Philadelphia Eagles, who do have a top-ranked defense, their offense took a hit, as we know, late in the season with Carson Wentz going down with a tear. Okay, so Carson Wentz is one of the top guys, if not the top guy at quarterback this year playing in the NFL. Nobody could actually stop him. And even after he went down with an ACL tear, and we hope you get back as soon as possible, Carson Wentz, so that you can help lead these boys to the promised land. There's my co-host. Thank you for Dino for joining in. We're just talking about the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings on Sunday. I think they play on Sunday for the NFC Championship game. And I really, truly think that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to play well, even though they're an underdog. They're the only team that I feel like that's been extremely disrespected in an NFC Championship game and playing at home, but they're playing against the Minnesota Vikings. And if you guys can't really see, Dino, you're really dark. I think you're mobile at this point.
Hey, okay, check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Please forgive me. I had an emergency. I had to go and take care of some business, but I wanted to chime in. And when you talk about the Philadelphia Eagles, the Eagles they're a good team. The Eagles have a nice defense. You can't say that the quarterback is the anchor of the team because Carson Wentz is out, but Nick Foles was a starter. He won in 2 seasons with Philadelphia 22 games. Now, when you're saying being disrespectful, being disrespected, you have to look at the injury reports. The injury reports always come out late Thursday, early Friday. Now, a lot of those guys that's injured or doubtful, 9 times out of 10, right before game time, they either make them available for the game or they scratch them. That's your healthy scratch. Now, by saying that, you have to look at the odds makers. The odd makers, like we'll just say Las Vegas and New Jersey, they look at the point spread. I think the Eagles are what, -3?
The Eagles are +3. The Eagles are the underdog at home.
Yeah. Okay, they're +3. But look at who they're playing.
But they're playing the Minnesota Vikings.
But look at what Minnesota have been doing the last 7 games.
Okay.
They're going by the last 2 or 3 games that Philadelphia. They won 1 in the playoffs, but they lost the last 2 of the regular season. That's the problem that they're having. If they didn't lose the last 2 games of the season, they wouldn't be in the position that they're in right now.
Well, yeah, but
That's the key.
but the thing about it, they've been playing well all year. The defense has been, keeping them afloat. They've been playing well all year, but the offense has just been mediocre. And truth be told, I don't think they should have beat the Saints last week. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Truth be told, I feel like that they got away. You know what I'm saying? Lucky last week. That's why they call it the Minneapolis Miracle, because Case Keenum, and you got to give him all the props. He threw the ball, a good pass to Dibbs. Dibbs caught the pass. The youngster from New Orleans, he whipped the tackle, and then Dibbs ran it on in. So I really can't. I don't know. I really can't say if they would have even made it to the next round or not.
But think about this: if he caught the ball, if he had got tackled, he was still in field goal range.
Okay.
He was still in field goal range.
Okay.
So New Orleans was going to lose that one, either way. The touchdown on the field goal. It's basically pick your poison.
Okay, so how do you feel about Philadelphia? I feel like Philadelphia is struggling, and the main reason they're struggling is because of Nick Foles. Yeah, Nick Foles was there at first. Okay, we'll give him that. The Philadelphia Eagles are 13-3. All right, but now they could muster 15 points last week, against the Atlanta Falcons, who, Atlanta Falcons are not really known for their defense. They have a top offense, and they held the Atlanta Falcons to 10 points last week. But you're talking about Nick Foles leading the team against top-ranked defense, and they can't run the ball, and they're going to make him throw it. I don't think that Nick Foles has enough to beat the Minnesota Vikings on the road by itself. I think it's going to take a valiant effort from the defense of the Eagles to step up and do what they need to do.
Okay, but I think what I see the problem with Philadelphia is Philadelphia needs to feature one back. They have Ajayi and they have I forgot his name. God, that quick. What they need to do is run one back, man. That you don't need a change of pace. You have a change of pace with a quarterback that's a backup. You need to have that one back that's going to play majority of the game with him. See, once you put you change the dynamics of the offense when you use a dual back system.
Okay.
So what they need to do is they either need to run Ajayi or the guy, I forgot his name with the dreads. I forgot his name. Forgive me. You feature one of those backs and play with that back behind them, even in pass protection and with running the ball.
You're talking about LeGarrette Blount.
Different types of backs back there. It changes the scheme of the offense because majority of the Philadelphia Eagles, that line is geared for passing. It's geared to let Carson Wentz get out of the pocket on some plays and run the ball some plays. So you can't have two different backs back there because you have to look at how your line is set up. That's why they can't get any points. Look at that. Last week they had 8 plays with negative rushing yards.
Okay, yeah, you're talking about LeGarrette Blount. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, LeGarrette Blount.
Okay, LeGarrette Blount.
Run the power with Blount. Eat the clock up. If you're gonna let Ajayi get on the outside, run the plays so he can shine.
Okay.
Both of those backs had 8 tackles. They were tackled for a loss 8 times.
Okay, so we got LeGarrette Blount. But LeGarrette Blount only had 2 touchdowns on the whole year, 766 yards he coming in. So they didn't use him as much. And we're going to get on to the next topic. They didn't use him as much. The ESPN Power Index has Philly winning at home, covering that 3 that they have. What's going on with the good bruhs? Misha, Harrington, Chapter bruh. Y'all know y'all don't know him. Good bruhs. The West Coast Q, what's up, dogs? What's going on? Tamango, thank you for joining the broadcast. You're on the Out of Boundz Sports Show with the Big Dawg and Dino. All right, so what will be your pick? And we're gonna get on to the next topic. Who you think gonna win? Minnesota on the road -3 in Philly, or are you gonna take the points with Philly, and they're gonna move on to the Super Bowl?
I'm taking Minnesota.
Okay.
In Philly.
I have to disagree. I really think that Philly, being disrespected, playing at home, I think they're going to cover that 3. So we'll see. We'll see. The Big Dawg says Philly. Dino says Minnesota. We'll see. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're a 9-point underdog. If I'm a bet man, I'm gonna take the 9 points. But in New England, I think that's gonna be a tough task for the Jacksonville Jaguars. But they got a shot. They went into Pittsburgh and won on the road. They put up 45 points. Well, what do you think? You think they're gonna do it again?
Okay, I believe. Well, I know this for a fact. Jacksonville will upset New England in New England. Let me give you the basis on why I said that. The 2 Super Bowls that New England lost they lost to who? The Giants, right?
Okay.
Who coached the Giants? Tom Coughlin.
Tom Coughlin, right? Tom
Coughlin is the executive vice president of the team, right?
Right.
He have the keys and the tools to beat New England. He can beat them.
Twice. He did it twice. I have to agree with you there. He did it twice in New York. He's the only person that has beat Tom Brady those 2 times that he was in the Super Bowl, and he beat it with a front defensive 4, and he is with Jacksonville. So of course you feel like that he's going to give them the blueprint to go ahead and beat Brady, but I don't know. I don't know. I think that they got a good front 4. I think they got the pieces to do it. I just think that, Tom Brady, Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer, and Bill Belichick, I think he's a little tired of getting lumped across the head by the same dude, and I think he's going to come up with something different. So we'll see. I think New England's going to win the game 27-24. And then go on to their 6th Super Bowl, but we'll see. Let's switch gears to the NBA. We're approaching All-Star weekend really soon. I think it's going to be the weekend before the Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. I have to get the actual date for you, but there's been a lot of news about the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cleveland Cavaliers they're going downhill, in my opinion. I think they're going the wrong way. I don't know if they're the favorites even anymore in the Eastern Conference to go to the NBA Finals to play against the Warriors. Right now, there is not a team, especially Houston. Now, I would have said Houston probably could have given the Golden State Warriors a run with James Harden, but he's out right now. Houston is still playing well, but the Cleveland Cavaliers are they're not doing too well, man. They just got Isaiah Thomas back, and they lost a bunch of games. They won last night. They blew a 20-point lead to the Orlando Magic. So what do you think about that? What do you think about where the Cleveland Cavaliers are headed?
You know something? Cleveland, the problem with Cleveland is meshing. Now, if you watched that game last night, if LeBron don't have the ball, he needs the ball in his hand, right?
Right.
For the past 4 years, Isaiah Thomas have had the ball in his hands for the majority of the time. Cleveland is going through the same thing that Houston was going through at the beginning of the season before Chris Paul got hurt. Okay. Now, you have to look at it this way. Not only do you have Isaiah Thomas that need the ball, you have LeBron that need the ball, and you have Derrick Rose that played last night needed the ball. How do you get these guys to buy in a system that if they sacrifice their numbers, if they sacrifice their numbers, then it could be a win for the whole team. Now think about what Carmelo Anthony said the other night. Carmelo Anthony went into the locker room and talked to the coach and said, listen, man, what is it that you need for me to do? Now, guess what? I know I'm going to be a Hall of Famer one day, but what is it that you need for me to do to make the team better? Now, you have to remember Isaiah Thomas, Derrick Rose, D. Wade, LeBron James, all these guys were first options on the teams where they came from. Now, it'll take a while for them to mesh, but if Cleveland mesh at the right time near the playoffs, they have to get through Boston. They got to get through Toronto. And if they do get past those teams, will they be strong enough? Will they have enough firepower or enough energy to play Golden State? They got to get out of the East now.
I don't think they're going to be able to do it. I think this year is going to be Boston's year. Kyrie has taken that team and proven that they can win under pressure, proven that they can win when they're down and come back down more than 15, 20 points, and proven that they could play some solid defense for the duration of the game. So I think that this year is going to be Boston's year. I think Boston is going to come out of the East instead of the Cavaliers. It's going to be an epic, NBA championship round to get to the NBA Finals. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know, what the future holds. We're just getting ready to be at the All-Star break, so we'll see. All right.
Yeah. See, the trade deadline is coming up. So now Kemba Walker name was put into the fire for being traded. What Charlotte is doing is trying to dump that big contract, because at one time he was all they had, and he's still all they have. So when you look at teams like this, like what we're talking about, the Clippers with DeAndre Jordan, why would they even give him up? That makes no sense. You look at teams that really need players of that magnitude to come in and make their teams better. I would love to see DeAndre Jordan in Houston, which will never happen. I would love to see DeAndre Jordan in Utah. It sounds crazy, but he's a fit. Utah have a young team, but they don't have no rim protection because Rudy Gobert is hurt. Now he's coming back tonight, but he's on limited minutes.
Well, yeah. Well, we'll definitely find out about the trade line and see who's going to make some moves and who not. They are trying to get rid of Kemba Walker, but who else attractive on that Charlotte Hornets team besides Dwight Howard would somebody accept, in a trade deal to get that offer to Charlotte Hornets? Kemba Walker is a pretty good player, but he's in my opinion, not an all-star.
Right.
He's not Isaiah Thomas or Kyrie Irving. He's just an average scoring guard, and he really hasn't taken the Charlotte Hornets anywhere in his tenure at that team. So we'll find out what the NBA is going to do. We're going to see what's going to happen with that, and then we'll move on from there. Let's get to the next topic. We're going to talk a little bit about high school basketball. It's Friday, and a lot of the high school teams had games tonight. Some are going on right now. Some of the marquee games in the area, Lincoln is playing Pinkston tonight. Dallas Lincoln is one of the top schools in the 4A for Dallas high school basketball. We had a caller talking about Denton Geyer. Now, I haven't got a chance to go out and see Denton Geyer, but the sports influencer, Jabari Johnson, he has reported on that team several times, and they are the number one team in the state. They're ranked number 44 at this point currently in the nation. Dino, do you know anything about Denton Geyer and the guys that they have on that high school team? And if so, can you tell us what you've heard about that team, because we're going to go out and check and see them.
Denton Geyer's point guard is their leader. I can't call his name right now. I'm in the car. I just pulled up. We got the show going, and I just have to deal with the family thing in a few. But the point guard is a leader, bar none. He can handle the ball. He puts you in the mind of a young Rajon Rondo. Now, the reason why I say that, Rajon Rondo made a living playing point guard by getting those players, Paul Pierce and all these other guys, in their spots. That's what he do. He facilitates. Now, he's not going to put up any big numbers, but facilitating, it's like I'm a medium range shooter. So my point guard knows that this is my sweet spot. Let me come off a couple of picks. If I get open, I need to be shooting the ball in the medium range. I've seen him come down and call a play, change the play, because he spent a lot of time reading the defense. A lot of point guards can't do that. A lot of point guards are looking to score the ball, but he is a facilitator, which makes him special. And I think he's a junior, believe it or not. Really good kid, man, talented. And their shooting guard is pretty decent too. But the big man, number 33, he got in foul trouble when I checked him out. Got in foul trouble. He's prone to getting into foul trouble. So if he's on the floor, they're blowing teams out.
Well, we're definitely
going to think that the closest, the next team that been to them was like 15 points.
We're definitely going to give update tomorrow on our show tomorrow, all the Friday games. And the players are going to talk about the reports on guys and give an update on what people are doing in district and who to look for. And so we're getting ready to end this show, the promo show tonight. We want to thank everybody for listening to the Out of Boundz Sports Show, tuning in to us. We're going to be doing this 3 or 4 times a week to give you guys updates on all of the sports that's going on, all of the AFC, NFC championship game, high school sports, NBA sports, college sports, getting ready because it's going down. We're going to give a shout out to all our sponsors. The Boardroom in Fort Worth Play, is one of my good friends that went to college with. We're going to give a shout out to him. He's one of our sponsors. We also want to give a shout out to Training Mass, Kev Martin. JCK Sports, if you're looking to get on the next level, check out JCK Sports. Make sure you guys visit www.outofbounds.sports.com and read all our articles. Our head beat writer, Dino Da Vinci Wright, which is the co-host of Out of Boundz Sports Show. He keeps an update with all of the sports that's going on all over the United States. So we're going to see you guys tomorrow evening. Get ready. Make sure you tune in. Thank everybody for your support with our show. And we hope that, we continue to grow at this pace that we're growing at right now. Dino, you got some shout outs before we leave?
Hey, I want to send a shout out to Kurt Brown down in San Antonio, Texas. He's going to be coming on. He's going to be coming aboard to do some sponsorship with us. Keenan Cage with Keenan Cage in UTEP. Forgive me. Got a bunch of stuff going. Keenan Cage with Street Cred. They're trainers. Big ups to Paulette with Truckers Cafe in South Dallas. We'll be heading to her soon to get some stuff hashed out with her. She'll become a sponsor. The Dallas Marshals, indoor football championship team. To everybody that chimed in, big ups to Z and Little Z. Everybody that supported what we got going, man. Thank y'all, man. Blessings to each and every one of your houses. We'll be talking to you guys, and we'll be seeing you guys soon.
And we definitely want to give a shout out to our other sponsors, guys that we want to stay in the loop for. Dan Schmidt, Up and Smoke, Cigar Lounges, VC, the Celebrity Barber, my main man. Check him out. And then make sure you guys visit our website, like our page, the Out of Boundz Sports Show. Follow us on Twitter, the Out of Boundz Show with a Z. And we'll see you guys on the next time. Don't run out of time.
YouTube as well.
Oh, yeah, on our new YouTube channel, we'll be getting that up and running in mid-February. We're going to have an actual studio show. So get ready for that. Pray for it. Thank for all the supporters, and we'll holler at y'all on the next time.